talking about money, life planning and fun, so that you can live your life and money on purpose. Whether you choose to walk or to run, see how having a financial plan can be so much fun. Whether you choose to walk or to run, see how having a financial plan can be so much fun. Stay as long as you can, make sure to come back again. Have a coffee or tea and learn about living the Moolavie. Welcome to Livin the Moolavie community.
Hey everyone, it's Kevin Giebert, and welcome to Livin the Moolavie community, where we learn all about how financial planning and having a financial plan can be oh so fun. And what I wanted to talk to you today is we've been talking about where does all your moolah go? What if I live that long? And living the Moolavie. So, 3 steps. So where does all your moolah go? And then once you know where all your moolah goes, then what if I live that long? And then once you know that you have more money than days and months and years left in your life, then you'll be able to live the Moolavie. And living the Moolavie is basically living your life and money on purpose. Moolah is money, and c'est la vie en français. Hey, Miss Greenwood from high school. It's life in French. So together, Moolavie. And I'll send along a petition to get that word in the Webster's dictionary one day. But I digress. One of the aspects of where does all your moolah go is, talking about oh my goodness, the 6-letter bad word, budget. 6 letters, bad word. I like to call it the moolah flow because, you can choose what's going to go in there. That, money in, money out, your variable expenses, your fixed expenses, your needs and your wants, and all those lovely priority things. But today I wanted to talk about your Moolah Story. It was actually one of the first courses I put together back. I finished filming, mid-March 2020, and it was only supposed to be a one-hit wonder, I guess you could say, from those 80 songs. But it was supposed to be with Mr. Moolah Doula, which I have dressed up in scrubs and going to high schools in the past. Grade 10 recently in last November. But Mr. Moolah Doula, because we birth money stories. So it was a course about your Moolah story. I do some stand-up comedy, so I wrote some jokes based on the curriculum. Like, how fun is that? And then me, myself, and I got together one evening, and we thought that every online course needs a theme song. So Mr. Moolah Doula was born, the song, and it's on my first album, Unlock My Happy. But 10 years or 12 years before that, I'm going back to when I was young, I had the privilege of having a book published called, Kevin Gibbert, that's my name, Financial Photographs, How to Talk to Your Family About Money. And that really comes into your Moolah story, because part of the Moolah story is who you basically from today from when you were born, the first time you entered the world, Moolah. I don't think it was Moolah, it was wow or something like that. So basically from the first time of money until today, taking a piece of paper, just write in a straight line, and every year, every 3 years, every 5 years, every 10-year increments, just writing down what your memories of money were. Okay. So they could be the first time, I babysat. I worked at a sports store. Some people, I got allowance. Just once your first view of money, maybe it was at Christmas, you got money from relatives, or it was money from other friends you were unfortunately you had friends that were better off than you, let's just say. So there's those things. Who did you learn money stories from? Did you get, like I had business money wisdom from my grandfather? My dad, helped me do taxes the one time. So that was a great introduction to taxes, and that's so much fun. That was before the day of technology where you did the taxes, by hand. Remember that? And then different things, saving up, my first job, my first, paid, well, babysitting was paid, but I worked at McDonald's, $3.50 an hour, and I won the store lobby boy. I was the best lobby person for that one Saturday afternoon, running around picking up garbage. But anyways, $3.15 an hour back then was not bad. Right now, you can't even buy fries for $3.15 or big supersize. Oh no, can't use that word. Let's just say you can't buy a Big Mac for $3.15. I'm in Canada too, so one Canadian dollar is $1 million US dollars, right? But at the end of the day, you're going back to the Moolah story. You're writing down who influenced you, what you learned, what you don't want to pass on. And then if you're a parent or an aunt or uncle or brother, sister, whomever, friend, do you talk about money? And so this book, if I turn to chapter 58, it's talking about, the chapter's called Taking Financial Planning Conversations Forward. So where are you today? Where do you want that to go? Do you want to pass down wisdom to your family, or is it just going to be money in the estate plan? So the timeline is important for your Moolah story. Who do you mirror? Like, who do you, I guess that's part of the wisdom side too, but who do you mirror? Like, if you were to look, not look in the mirror, but who does you model your money beliefs? Maybe you married someone that was better off than you, or not. Maybe your spouse or partner has a growth mindset and you have a fixed mindset, right? Maybe one's a spender, one's a saver. One will get an inheritance, one won't. Just different things about talking about money is often, when I was growing up, it was taboo, with a couple other things that were taboo too. But money conversations are very important, but at the same time, some people just don't want to talk about money. But if you don't talk about the money, and if you're single, okay, well, you're doing the budget and all that stuff. But if you have a partner or you have kids or whatever have you, when you're doing your budget, there's more than just you that's part of that budget, right? And for me, I didn't have a line for future divorce costs, but there's times in life that, whether you expect them or not, that will happen, that those are going to be certain times where you're going to need that extra money that hopefully you've saved up. We talked about previously about inflation. Inflation's coming down from a macro perspective, government perspective, but certainly not in the grocery store. So, when you're looking at where does all the moolah go, your money story and what you grew up to be, or what you grew up knowing as what money should be, what you believe money should be, does reflect on how you spend money, and then how you do your day-to-day and month-to-month budget and cash flow. When it comes to the future, it's up to you. But the better educated, the more aware of what's going on, the better, I believe, the better chance you have on having a more prosperous and beneficial money story going forward. Because, at the end of the day, I want you to have more memories than what ifs towards the end of your time on on earth. And, we're not going to get into estate planning and all that stuff, but really, what you want to leave behind, is it just money, or is it wisdom? And that's going to be part of that money story. And then your story, which of course will turn into your legacy, and how many days left do you have to change your legacy and to change your money story? If someone was going to, read your obituary today. And so money, talking about money is one big thing about your Moolah story. And the other thing too is finding out what your money archetype is. I'll do a future video on your money types, but basically at the end of the day, do you have, if trouble arises, do you have your head in the sand like an ostrich, or whatever that analogy is? Are you a magician that just, hey, wave that wand and money falls from the trees, right? A lot of things like that. So at the end of the day, it's important to write your money story. It's important to figure out what your money archetype is. And it's very important to know where your moolah goes. So this is part of the Livin, the Moolavie community. And if you would like, I'd like to invite you to the community where we'll have songs and stories and so much more. But at the end of the day, we will have programs, we will have lives. During the week, we have Moolavie Mixer. So it's basically Moolavie Mixer, sorry. It's going to be networking within the people in the community. We'll have Creative Moolavie, which brings the fourth pillar of Moolavie is fun. So I'll be talking about how I'm creative through my writing, my comedy, and my singing, songwriting. But also I'll have guest speakers, of course, and others in the membership. And then also we're going to have something called Improve. But the E is in brackets. So it's improv and improve. And E is for everyone, but also for entrepreneurs too. Because, we want to improve, or at least, I want to improve each and every day, whether it's from a personal perspective or a business perspective as a financial planner and those that I work with. And also improv. I've done stand-up comedy. And, you and I, if we're driving, if we're see a great sale, if something bad happens to us or whatever have you, or we're on the comedy stage, we do have to improvise. So it's a combination of improving and improv together. So more information, I will list that below. You can Google me, YouTube me, Kevin Leonard Giebert, at Moolavie is my YouTube tag. Please subscribe. And also, if you would like, where is it? If you would like to get a copy of my second album, it's called Seven, 7 songs, but also my great-grandmother called me Seven because she couldn't say the consonant K, so it's Seven instead of Kevin. So the songs on there are Credit Card Fiasco, which we'll be talking about in a future live. Where Does All Your Moolah Go? Interesting song for a topic from today. Road to Divorce. How Can You Say Goodbye? It's a song that lyrics that I wrote a couple days before my great aunt passed away when she was in palliative. But basically, how can you say goodbye if you can't say goodbye? Daisy is a song written about my experience in April 2015 when my mom was in palliative care and my marriage was ending at the same time. Dad is being a dad for my kids, and it's a song to them. And then the last one is Legacy. What is your legacy? And the links, or the couple of the verses are, do they want your money? Do they want your time? And it's basically, at the end of the day, do the people that you want to leave a legacy to, do they want your money, or do they want your time? So thanks again, and we'll see you next time. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to each one of you that's checking in on Livin the Moolavie Live. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.